Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. We'll just starting in just 2-3 minutes, right? Uh,
Okay, ma'am.
I'm just sharing my screen. So today we will be doing use case diagram. So we'll be talking about that. Okay. So we had yesterday done class diagram and object diagram, right? Today we will be talking about use case diagram. So a use case is a description of the user's standpoint on the system working. You can say that use case is used in system analysis to identify, clarify, organize system requirements. The use case diagram provides set of possible sequences of interactions between systems and users in a particular environment and related to a particular goal. The main component of this diagram is actor, use cases, and interrelationship among actors and use cases. So basically, use case diagram is according to the point of view of a user, right? You have to identify, clarify, and organize the system requirement according to that. You have to make the use cases. So you have actors. Your main components are actors, use cases, and interrelationship among them, right? So in a star UML, you have to go to model and add diagram and use case. In our visual paradigm, we'll say diagram and we'll go to new and we'll say use case diagram, right? And we'll say okay. If you want previously that is there, we are taking the blank one and we'll say okay. You can give the name of the diagram, right? And this will open. Right, so you have actor, association, use cases. These are the and the system. These are the main components of your uh, use case diagram, right? So now, so there are different tools also available. We'll select the actor and like here, the system is a boundary, rectangle boundary. The name is library management, and then borrow book, return book are the use cases, and actors are student and librarian. This way they have drawn, right? So just hold on. Yeah, sorry. So if we have to make this kind of a thing where we are making they are not showing you the full diagram, just an example they are showing you: library management, borrow book, return book, and the actors they are showing. So if we have to make this, we'll take a system. This is your system. The system is library management, right? The name of the system. You have use cases. So these are the use cases. You have sorry, you have borrow book, and you have a use case called return book, right? These are the use cases, just an example we are showing. And we have actors. Actors are outside the system, right? They are so this is a, a user or a customer, whatever you can say, and this is a librarian, or you can say a student also. A user can be a student also. So you can say, they are saying student, you can say student here, right? Actors are student and librarian. Now you have to just make an association with this, with borrow book and with return book, right? You can put whatever name if you want, you can put. You can say student issues a book, and here also if you want you can put that. Choose a book, return the book, and this is the admin, right? Or librarian. He is handling both the things, right? So you can show that also, right? So here he is handling all these things, issuing and borrowing, both the things. So you can put that also. This kind of a thing. This is what use case diagram is actually, right? So you can practice like here. They have made a use case diagram for bank ATM system. There is a customer, there is a bank, and so if we have to make such kind of a system, now we'll change it to ATM system, right? And this is a customer, and this is your bank, right? That is what they have shown, right? So your use cases are enter card pin, check balance, money withdrawal, deposit money. So one of the use cases, enter card pin, right? And check balance. We can have other use cases also. Withdrawal, and what else was there? Deposit. these are the use cases, and the customer can enter that card pin also. Customer can withdraw money. Customer can deposit money, right? Then all these things are handled by the bank. Right, so these are the things the bank is handling. So the such kind of a thing also you can, here you can change the thing you have written. uh, for ATM transaction, he is entering the pin, right? He can check his balance. If you want to give, you can give, otherwise no need. That something like that you can make. Right now, here if you see, there it is written invalid ID extends. So there is another use case which is an extension of this enter card pin. So you have extend and there is not one more thing I am forgetting it. So card pin and card enter card and pin. So if it is an invalid card or invalid pin, so that is validated. So there is another process which is extension of card pin. So you can have a extension of this. If you go here, uh, this include and extend. So if we have to make an extend one, right? So just make the extend one like this, right? So extend one is for checking the invalid ID or pin, right? That is there. So here they are saying you have to rename the extension point also. We are giving it check ID and pin. That is an extension of this extend. That also you can make, right? So this is one of the things they have shown you. This is a use case diagram. Now there is another use case diagram they have made is for use case diagram for working of ATM technical expert. So ATM technician is there. He is maintaining, repairing, and maintenance includes replace, upgrade, right? And repair parts, and repair includes repair parts. Can you understand the extend and include dependencies? Anybody is able to understand what is include and what is extend? Is there any doubt in include and extend? Anybody? If I have to show you, so in a use case diagram, I'll just show you. Like here, customer orders. This is a sample order. So there are two types of orders. One is a special order, the other is a normal order. So orders are there is a extension of this order. One is special, the one is the other extend is normal order. So this is extend, right? This is extend. So we are just talking about these kinds of things. So there is include also, right? So special order and normal order use cases are extended from order use case, hence they have extend relationship. That is what extend is. Some other example if we take. So here they have given you what is a use case, right? It includes a user role that interact with the system, right? So I'm just giving you some example. Here they have given you, this is a system boundary. These are the actors. These are the use cases. And the association is the line in between them, right? So here you have a simple association will be a connection between actor and use case. The boundary is a rectangle. Include a relationship between use cases. One use case must call another. So login use case includes user authentication use case. Same way, extend is a relationship between use cases. One use case call another under certain condition. Think of if then point decision points. So that is extend. If this happens, then you will go to the extend one. Include means one use case includes the functionality of the other. That is include, right? So you can go. You can also have generalization in that, but we are not talking about that. Like here, order registry is an actor. A place order is a use case, and there are two use cases. But two types of order placing is there. This is generalization: phone order and internet order. So phone order is done by a customer, and internet customer does an internet order. This kind of a thing. So you can do generalization. Now, for example, what we were talking about was you have a receptionist, right? So what the in a hospital, right? Hospital reception. You have a receptionist. She or he or she can schedule a patient appointment, schedule patient hospital admission, patient registration. He or she can do patient hospital admission, file insurance form or claim, file medical reports. So the receptionist is doing all these things. But if you see here, patient registration, the receptionist will do all these things, but patient registration will extend to schedule patient hospital admission. After registration, you will automatically extend to if certain conditions are met, that patient hospital admission will be there, and patient registration will also extend to schedule patient appointment, right? And patient hospital admission will automatically include patient registration. If you have to admit the patient to the hospital, admission is done, so the patient registration has to be done. So it includes patient registration, right? And patient hospital admission are of two types: outpatient hospital admission and inpatient hospital admission. And inpatient hospital admission includes bed allotment, right? This kind of a thing. So this will help you to understand what is extend and what is include, right? So include, the base use case explicitly incorporates the behavior of another use case at a location specified in the base. So you are including the this, right? Like here, updating the grades and output generating both will include verifying student ID. So if you are generating the output and if you are updating the grades, you have to include the verifying student ID. Until you don't verify the student ID, you cannot generate the output and you cannot update the grades. That is include. So include relationship, a standard case linked to a mandatory use case. Example, to authorize car loan, standard use case. A clerk must run check client's credit history, include use case. So if in a loan application, a car loan application, so the Authorize the clerk will first, if he has to the use case for authorized car loan, he has to check for authorized car loan whether the client has a good credit history, then only he will authorize the car loan. So this use case will automatically include this use case. The standard use case includes a mandatory use case, use a verb to figure. That is what is there. Right. Here also they have given you reading use case with include relationship. So you have homeowner and home buyer. Right. So again a loan kind of a thing they are saying. So a customer is there, customer is there. Customer can be of different types. This is generalization they are showing. So what type of customers are there? There is homeowner, home buyer, auto buyer, credit card applicant. These are the customers. The other actor are assessor, credit card bureau, and loan officer. These are the other actors related to a bank or whatever, and these are the type of customers. This is generalization they are showing. Then the use cases are process home equity loan application, process home mortgage application, process auto loan application, process credit card application. So the customer who is a home buyer will be doing process home equity loan application, right? And homeowner will do process home equity loan application. Home buyer will process home mortgage application. Auto buyer will process auto loan application, and credit card applicant will be related to process credit card applications. Now, process home equity loan application, which is done by the homeowner, will include assess home value by the assessor, and process home mortgage application will also include assess home value by the assessor. So the assess home value will both be these processes will also include this. Then process home mortgage application will include check credit history, and process auto loan application will also include check credit history, and process credit card application will also include check credit history, right? And other loan officer will process the home application. So that is what they have shown. This is include, right? So they have again given you the same example which was there, right? Now extend. The base use case explicitly incorporates a behavior of another use case at certain points called extension points. The base use case may stand alone, but under certain condition, its behavior may be extended by behavior of another use case. So enables to model optional behavior of branching under conditions. So like exam copy request will extend to exam grade appeal. Right. That means if you are asking for the copy of your exam sheet, that will extend to exam grade appeal, that my grades are not appropriate, so I want the exam copy. That's why he's asking for the exam copy. So extend relationship, linking an optional use case to a standard use case. So register course standard use case may have register for special class extend use case, class for non-standard students in unusual time with specific topics requiring extra fees. Right? That is optional use case extends the standard use case. So standard use case can execute without the extend case also, that is there. Like here, patient registration will extend to scheduled patient hospital admission or scheduled patient appointment. This kind of a thing. And inpatient hospital admission will these are the two extents they have given, right? Like here product page will extend to shopping cart and the review writing, something like that, right? Like here customer is there, you have search product, navigate details, checkout, handle order status. So search product is including view product details after page generation, and navigate details will also include view product details after page generation, and add to cart, it is extending to add to cart. Add to cart is extending to view product details, right? Same way rank supplier write review or extending to view product details. This is extend. Then register will extend. User is not a member, so he will register and then he can log in. So that register is extending to login. And so checkout can only be done if after you are so it includes login, and handle order status will also include login. So include and extend is such kind of a thing. So always remember that. Right, that's what I wanted to show you. They are given multiple examples. I'm just talking about some of them. So this is what use case diagram is, right? So now, here they have just shown you how include uh, is given. So you can make this one use case diagram for ATM system. This is bank technical officer. This is ATM system, the boundary. Bank technical officer, ATM card user, and the bank is there. Right. You have use cases like system startup, system shutdown, restock cash and receipt paper, collect cash. These are done by the bank technical officer, right? And ATM card user can authenticate card, ATM holder, cash withdraw, cash deposit, balance inquiry, change ATM pin, and uh, this is not a use case. This is the name of the system, so you should not put it as a use case. It is only ATM system, right? So and the bank will restock cash and receipt in the ATM. Bank can collect the cash. Bank can authenticate the card user for cash withdrawal. Also, it will update it. Cash deposit, balance inquiry, everything is handled by the bank. Right? Can you make it? This use case. Any doubt in use case? Class? Are you having
No,
any
ma'am.
doubt?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to make it?
Yes.
So make it and show, or what you can do is we'll go to the session wise questions which are there. So session number 2 says draw a use case for online shopping system. Can you draw a use case for online shopping system? Find out the actors in the online shopping system and the use cases in the online shopping system. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
So find out and try to draw it, and then after 5-10 minutes, we'll see who has drawn it, and then discuss the use case diagram for online shopping system. First, see who are the actors who will be using the online shopping system and who will be administering the online shopping system, and then you will see the uh, use cases. What are all the use cases involved in that, right? Right? So we'll wait for 10 minutes, right? Let us see for online shopping system, what do you make? Then we'll discuss.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'll get this down. Okay. So this is my use case diagram. Okay. One second. Okay. So my main actors are, because it is online, I have an admin, I have a customer, then I have a vendor, I have a warehouse manager, I have payment gateway, and I have a delivery agent. They are my actors.
Right.
Now in a customer, I can, the first time when a user comes in, he can browse as a guest. So there, one type of customer is a guest or registered customer who kind of generalized by the customer,
Right.
the guest and registered user. Similarly, then what an customer can do is he can authenticate, view, create, or place order, make payment, track order, and he can cancel order. When the user comes for the first time for authentication, the admin can either register the user or authenticate him, and he can deliver the, I mean, initiate the delivery of items.
Hmm.
Then, when the customer can view the item, create the cart, procure, once he creates a cart and places order, which includes making payment, then the vendor can procure the items from the warehouse.
The user registration part which you are saying,
Yes, ma'am.
the admin will not do that
Okay, meaning,
because it is an online shopping thing. The admin will not do user registration. Yes, he can add the products or he can do other things, but he will not be the person who will
meaning the user will register,
no,
the admin
user
can
will, yes.
authenticate.
Or admin can authenticate or the system will authenticate. Basically, the admin is just handling the overall system. He is
Ah,
not he is also not authenticating.
okay. Because what I thought was he is the one who approves the user or not.
No, admin doesn't approve it. There are certain rules in the system only. You
Okay.
make a module of login authentication. So in the system authorize a user by taking his credentials that he's a user. He has a valid email ID and a mobile number or whatever things they may be checking for that. And
Okay.
then they create that particular user if you have all the necessary things you have given for registration.
Okay. So admin oversees the
Admin
overall.
cannot see
Hmm.
what username password the user has given. The admin cannot see the system, how system is authenticated, because everything is in you can say encoded form.
Okay. Okay.
Right, that's why I'm saying the admin will not register the user himself registers it, the system approves it.
Okay. Hmm. Yes, ma'am. I will
Yeah,
fix.
admin will overall see the reports.
Hmm.
He can add the products, he can manage the website, he
Hmm.
can do that, right?
Okay.
The administrator can manage the website, manage the hardware of the system or whatever, but he cannot see all those things and register the user. That's what my point of view is.
Okay. Okay. I can fix that, ma'am. I was thinking that
Ah,
admin has the rights to allow
no.
someone to be part of the system or delete the
No,
user if
no.
he is like that.
Admin doesn't allow anybody or
Okay.
any user to be there, but the system has certain rules. They have set certain algorithm kind of a thing or certain rules they have set. If the user doesn't, you can say, get close to those rules, he will not be a registered user. If he
Okay.
has all those things valid, then he will be a valid user.
Okay. So I should add it in the system, in the authentication or registration only, it will happen.
Yes,
Okay.
according to the system. The admin doesn't approve anything. The
Okay.
admin only checks
Right.
how many types of users are there. He can have a report
Hmm.
that these are the number of guest users we have, these are the number of registered users we have,
Okay.
but
Yes.
generally he doesn't know who is the user or
Right.
he doesn't approve the user.
Okay, ma'am. Noted. So, like how we have multiple vendors in our online, like Amazon example. So, when the order is placed and payment is made, the vendor procures the item from the warehouse. There is a warehouse manager who coordinates that.
Right,
Now,
absolutely.
placing an order includes make payment because only then the order gets placed.
Right.
Then, for making payment, we use the payment gateway.
Payment gateway.
Then once that is done, there is a delivery of items which is overseen by the admin and is taken over by the delivery agent.
Fine.
Then the customer can track the order and he can cancel the order if requires. So whenever the order is cancelled, it includes initiation of refund.
Right.
So this is what I thought. So the authentication already takes care of logging out also. So as
Yes.
you said, I will make that as a login system, which
Yes.
takes care of
And
all.
you can the login will include the
Registration.
registration and authentication.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. I will
You
merge
can do
this
that.
together. These two to be merged as a login system. Am I correct,
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes.
Right. So, okay, I'll do that, ma'am.
Yeah. So one of the you can stop sharing. One of the options also what I'm saying. Uh, one of the examples which is there, which is given, is this one, right? I just
Ma'am,
this one.
whatever are our, as you said, the system is having rules. We have to state them as
No,
assumptions.
no, you don't have to state them,
Ah,
but because your question is online shopping system, do you understand?
okay.
Online means that the system has certain rules. Online, in online medium, the admin doesn't approve anything. It is the online system, whatever the company has decided that this kind of a user will be registered if he gives these credentials. Can you understand?
Then in the examination, should we list
No,
as
you don't have to
assumptions?
specify in the use case anything. You don't
Okay,
have to specify how it is done. You just have to
okay,
say login, and
ah,
login will include registration and authentication.
okay, ma'am. Yeah,
If a new user is there, he will register. So registration will be there, and then he can log in, and then he is authenticated. Simple, right? You don't have to say that this is done like this.
okay,
Then in this, it is the point of view of a user. I'm not talking about admin right now. A point of view of a user. The user can search the products, user can add the products to the cart, user can check out, and user can manage his account. Yes or no? Right?
yes,
So search a product will include view product details. He can be it will include this because there are product details available, right? Add to cart will include update cart and view cart, right? Checkout will include place an order, select payment method, select shipping address. When he checkouts after he has added the items to the cart, when he checks out, so he will place that will include place the order, that will include the payment method he will select for payment, and that will also include the shipping address he will select. Then manage account, he can update his profile, he can view order history, so that will also it will include. Yes or no? Right? Though this is according to what? According to the user's perspective, we are saying these are the things. From the admin perspective, admin can update the product details, right? He can add more products, right? Yes or no? Right? He can update the inventory which is there for the products. If it is less, he can update that. Or you can say delete a product, add a product, manage a product. All these things will be handled by the admin, right? He can talk to the vendor and update the inventory and all that. So all those things will be handled by the admin. So from admin point of view also, you can add the use cases here. Yes, he can see the he cannot see the user's profile. He can only see the orders which are placed, the number of orders placed by the user. He can see the reports generated, the number of registered user, how many orders have been placed, whatever, uh, that those things he can see. So that is a point of view, right? Anybody else has made any diagram? Anybody else has made it? Right? Yes, Neeti. Are you showing your diagram? What? Your voice is not coming. Okay. So the next diagram which is there is draw use case for library management system. Can you see that? Right? Now think of library management system. What all actors will be there and what all use cases will be there in a library management system. For an example, they have just given you this kind of a situation, but I'm not talking about only two things are not there. Where was it? Borrow and return. There are more things also. So think of actors. Actor is a student and a librarian. They are saying, right, in a library management system. So what all things you will make in that? So actors so is okay, librarian and student. They are not saying online library management. They are just saying library management system. So think of actors accordingly. So if it is a library management system, so we are just taking an example. It is in YouTube. Okay. So here if you see use case diagram for library management system. So let us visually map out the relationship and interactions. So we will find out the actors. So user can be a staff or a student. Two types of users, staff or student, and a librarian. These are the two actors, right? Use cases are register new user, issue library card, request new book, reserve book, renew book, pay fine, fill feedback form, manage records, delete records, update database. Right? Everything is covered in this if you see the use cases, and you will have the system boundary. That is okay. So this is your system boundary of your library management system. Actors are of two types. Generalization they have shown, student and staff. There are two users. There is a library and a library database also. They are saying it is an actor. Now the user can authenticate itself. Instead of authentication, you can say login. User can log in, and login will include authentication, right? So that is there, and the authentication will exclude or extend, not exclude. It will extend invalid username or password. So the authenticate will extend to that, not exclude. Right? Then user can request a new book, user can reserve a book, can renew a book, can pay fine, can give a feedback. Right? Feedback will include filling up the feedback form, right? And user can register as a new user. For a new user, he has to that will include fill up the registration form, and that will also include get library card. Yes, from the users, these are the things he can do. The librarian can add the record. Record means the library books and all that. He can delete a record. He can update the book record, right? And add the record will include search and update database, right? Delete book record will include the okay, delete book record. So that is extending to invalid ID. That means it will first say your ID is valid or not, then only it will allow you to delete the record in the database. Your librarian ID, you that is extending to that. And update book record will also extend to invalid id. If you have invalid id, it will not allow you to update or delete the book, right? And update the book includes update the record id, right? And library databases, prepare library database. So if you have to prepare any uh, report or anything, so that is done by the database. That also library database is also, you can say, if you prepare library database or prepare the report, so that also librarian can do the report. Is there any doubt in this? It is including everything, most of the things in the library management system. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
right? This is it is not exclude, it is extend. This, in this diagram, it is not exclude, this is extend. Remember that. Exclude and extend and include are there, not exclude. Right? So you can take the example like in this visual paradigm also they have given an example. So you have a librarian and a borrower. Okay. Borrower means the student or staff, the user. Like librarian logins, right? Login will include manage the books, right? And manage the books will include add the book, update the book, remove the book, search for the book, and view book details. So all these things are manage books. And what does the borrower can do? Borrower can return the book, borrow the book, and he can search for the book and view the book details. This is also one of the things. The other one which you had seen can also be made like this. A little bit, the things you can include those things also and add this kind of a thing also. So all different mediums are there. So you have to just see what all things you have to include in your use case diagram. Right? Any doubts in this?
No. No, ma'am.
So if we see our previous year question paper, so you have December 2024, June 2025, December 2025. And
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm showing you the entire screen because question paper is
What
not
you are showing?
Are you sharing the entire screen? Because there are only one screen is visible.
You are showing the address field.
No, ma'am. Your screen is not visible. Only the one screen is visible. That PDF is also visible.
You can only see the PDF.
I'll share it again. Now is it visible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are downloading the December 2025, the latest paper which last time students have attempted. So this is December 2025, MCS 219. It is a 3 hours paper, maximum marks 100. Question number 1 will be compulsory and attempt any 3 questions from the rest. So first question will be compulsory. It will have, the first question is design suitably an hospital management system which consists of several subsystems providing a variety of functions. Hospital reception subsystem supports some of the job duties of the hospital receptionist. Receptionist schedules patient's appointment and admission to the hospital, collects information from patient upon arrival or by phone. For inpatient, patients who stay in gets a bed allotted. Receptionists may also get and process patients' payment and record them and provide receipts. She is also responsible to file insurance claims and generate medical reports, make necessary assumption and perform the following tasks for the description given below. Design and draw use case diagram. Can you see that? So the
Your voice
the
is breaking.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
now is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
And still it's not audible.
Your screen is also not visible.
No, I think screen is visible, but the voice is not audible. Like it's cracking. Does ma'am have the
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Those who have put their attendance earlier, please put it again because I must have lost the attendance right now, right?
Okay.
Okay. So what we were talking about was uh, the diagram which we had earlier seen, I think this one. Remember the receptionist diagram we were seen in this one. Can you see this example?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So this is the one actually they are asking. First, they was in the question paper they were saying. What did they say in the question paper? They are saying that design suitably an hospital management system which consists of several subsystems providing a variety of functions, right? Hospital reception subsystem supports some of the duties of the hospital receptionist, right? So we are talking about the reception subsystem, right? So this will be hospital reception module. See, hospital reception module it is, right? Then hospital reception subsystem supports some of the job duties of the hospital receptionist. Receptionist schedules patients appointment and admission to the hospital. So in our thing also, the receptionist schedule patient appointment and schedule hospital admission, if you see that. Then uh, collects information from patient upon arrival or by phone. So that thing, I think that thing is not given that receptionist is collecting information on phone or in person, right? In person, so this is there, but on phone you can add yourself in this diagram, right? So on arrival and on or by phone. For inpatient, patient to stay in gets a bed allotted. So that is also given here. So patient admission, if patient is a patient hospital admission, you have two types of patients: outpatient hospital admission, inpatient hospital. And inpatient hospital admission includes bed allotment. So that is also given, and then receptionists may also get and process patients' payment, record them, and provide receipts. So whether that is given or not, it is the process of patient payments you can add and record and provide receipt, that also you can add. She is also responsible to file insurance claim and generate medical report, so that is given here. Sorry, that is given here. File insurance claim form and medical report, so that is there. Then make necessary assumption, perform the following tasks for the given. So first design and draw a use case diagram. So this is a use case diagram. Can you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, this is the one, the example which is there, which is they are asking you to do. Then B part is, this is 5 marks. B part is the first question which is compulsory. This is the first question which is compulsory. It will be of 40 marks. And there are total 5 questions. First question is compulsory. From the rest 4, you have to attempt any 3. Right. B part is provide description for at least 2 use cases. For description, you can describe any 2 use cases, either schedule patient appointment or schedule patient hospital admission or patient registration, whichever you want to describe. Just you have to write description about that. Now draw the class diagram of the system. Now you have to draw the class diagram of the system. Can you draw class diagram of the system? You have to find out the classes and their relationship. Tell me, can you do that? Because this is a theory paper, you have to do it by hand, right? You have to draw by hand only, and in on the paper, and on the answer sheet, and draw the class diagram or the use case diagram. Can you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your first question, which is compulsory. Now there are more questions also. Then draw the sequence diagram of the system. So many diagrams are only given in the first question, which is of 40 marks. Then draw the state chart diagram for the for appointment process only. You have to draw the state chart diagram. State chart diagram is you have to show the different states, like an activity diagram. You have to draw the different states and show how the diagrams are, how the appointment process is done. So they are asking you to show the appointment process only. So you will start. The first state is you are registering you are first getting an appointment with the doctor. The receptionist will give you a date and time when the doctor is available, and then she will book an appointment. So that appointment process, she is the state chart diagram you have to draw. Right. Then what is abstract class? Explain why abstract classes are created. They have asked you. What are boundary conditions? How are they dealt while designing the system? So boundary conditions are your exception handling and the starting and shutting down of the system. That is your boundary conditions. Handling the exception handling also. So this is these A, B, C, D, E, F are your first question part, which is compulsory. So 4 diagrams, so they have asked you: use case, class diagram, sequence diagram, state chart diagram. 4 diagrams you have to make in this. The second question says, A part, what are the different types of communication between objects? Explain with example. What are the different types of communication you do between the objects, they are asking. And B part is, what are the features of synchronization in UML? Explain with an example. Why do you synchronize, right? Because deadlock and starvation doesn't occur, that's why we synchronize. Then C, explain the purpose of state chart diagram, give an example. So purpose means you have to define what is state chart diagram and what is the purpose or benefit of drawing that, and you have to give an example. So give small example, that means you have to show it in a diagram. That's all, right? Third question is A part, draw the component diagram for the online banking system. For online banking system, you have to draw the component diagram. B part is, draw the deployment diagram for ATM system. C part is what are the advantages of sequence diagram. Now again, I told you all the diagrams, remember to define what is that diagram, what kind of diagram, UML diagram it is, a structural or a behavioral, and what are the benefits or advantages of making that diagram. So they are asking you the advantage of sequence diagram, explain with an example. So again, draw a diagram and you have to explain it. Now fourth is A part, explain generalization, specialization, relationship with an example. Yeah, that is inheritance, in generalized and specialized form. Describe the dynamic model with an example. Dynamic model is your diagram where you are showing the behavioral aspect of the system. That is dynamic model, and the diagrams which come under dynamic model are state chart diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram, use case diagram. All those are dynamic diagrams. A dynamic model. C is what do you understand by a DFD, data flow diagram? Explain the use of DFD with an example. That's all. That is three, second, third, fourth, and fifth. From among second, third, fourth, fifth, you have to do any three. So you can leave any one question from second, third, fourth, fifth. So fifth is A part, differentiate between coupling and cohesion, which we had seen in modularity in modules. What is coupling and cohesion? B, what is an object ID? What are the advantages of using it? Explain two-way association and design model. Differentiate between aggregation and composition. Also give an example for each. Aggregation is part of, composition is complete whole part. Complete part, complete dependency on the whole. That is composition. So you have to show it through an example. Draw it and show it through an example that you have a complete dependency. So these are the questions they have asked in December 2025. Understood how we are going for that? Right? You can also go for we can also go for June 2025 if we go for. So MCS 219 we are going for in this. You can download any course code. I'm just showing you our paper. Any other course code, you can find out the question paper for that. Again, the same thing. What is OOAD? Briefly explain the advantages of OOAD, object-oriented analysis and design. What is abstraction in OOAD? Explain why abstraction is used. Illustrate with the help of an example. What is UML? Draw hierarchy of UML diagram. So UML is Unified Modeling Language. It is a language for pictorial language for doing the analysis and having different diagrams in that. There are 9 diagrams. You have to show the draw the hierarchy of UML diagrams. So you have to show in UML you have 2 types of diagrams, structural and behavioral, or you can say static and dynamic. So structural, you have class diagram and object diagram, component diagram and deployment diagram, and in dynamic or behavioral diagrams you have activity, sequence, collaboration, use case. All these diagrams will be dynamic diagrams. So that way you have to show the hierarchy. In your book also it is given. What is inheritance? Explain the basic rules or semantic rules for inheritance. What are the basic rules? What is one-to-one association? Explain with an example. You have to show a diagram to show what is one-to-one association. Also explain how one-to-one associations are implemented. So implementation is in 4th block. We'll talk about that later. Second question, this was your first question, A, B, C, D, E, 40 marks, which is compulsory. Now, second question, what is object modeling? What is the output of object modeling? Output of object modeling is an object diagram. Explain how an object diagram is created with the help of an example. So you will explain an object diagram, how is it created. So object modeling contains two diagrams, class diagram and object diagram. Then what is a use case diagram? Where can we use use case diagram? Again, they have asked you this question. What is a use case diagram? So definition of a diagram is important. So we had seen today in your this practical book also, they have given you what is a use case diagram. So if you see here, when we had started here in a use case diagram, they have defined the use case diagram here. A use case is a description of the user standpoint on the system working. You can say that a use case is used in system analysis to identify, clarify, and organize system requirements. The use case diagram provides set of possible sequences of interaction between system and users in a particular environment and related to a particular goal. So this is a definition of what is use case, right? And then where can we use use case diagram? So usage also is given. If I don't know, in this PDF, it is the use case diagram usage is given. So what is a use case diagram? Requirement analysis case, that is okay. So it specifies one aspect of the behavior of a system without specifying the structure of the system. That is one point. So here it is not given. In tutorial I'm seeing. Okay. So purpose here it is given. The purpose of use case diagram is used to gather the requirements of a system, used to get an outside view of a system, identify the external and internal factors influencing the system, and show the interaction among the requirements or actors. Right? This is a purpose. This is why we draw a use case diagram. So that is there. Right? Then explain, include dependency in use case with the help of an example. So include, I have shown you why is include dependency used. So in this also, we were talking about the include dependency. So this is the base case explicitly incorporates the behavior of another use case at a location specified in the base. That is why we are including so include relationship, a standard case linked to a mandatory use case. So example is to authorize card loan, standard use case, a clerk must run check client credit history, include use case. This is how you will show with an example, right? Then third, explain an event, state and transition in context of state diagram with the help of an example. Again, they have asked you what is an event, what is a state, and what is transition in state chart diagram, and you have to show it with the help of an example. Then what is the purpose of drawing a component diagram? So again, what is the purpose of component diagram? It shows the different software components in the system, right? Draw component diagram for online banking system and explain it and make necessary assumptions. So you have to draw the component diagram here. Fourth question is A part. What is DFD? Draw DFD up to second level for online banking system. You may be asked DFD also, I told you. Also briefly explain the meaning of balancing a DFD. Right? Then B part is what is the need of a design documentation, right? What are different types of it? Also explain features of a good design document. So this design documentation we will be doing in the next class at 2 p.m. We have to do the design documentation and what are the different types of it and explain the good design document. We'll be doing in the next class. Write short notes on the following: collaboration diagram, data persistence means permanent data, mapping object classes to tables. This will be in your fourth block, and class diagram. So you have to define them. Short notes. So you can leave any one question. You have to do from second, third, fourth, fifth, any three you have to do. This is there. Can you understand how the questions have been asked in your theory papers?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So it's not difficult. The subject is not difficult for you to understand. It is easy. Right? So the important thing is you should know the diagrams. That is the most important thing. Other theory things also you should know, but most important is your diagrams, which is the more base of this object-oriented analysis and design. So in the next class, that will be next Saturday, we'll be talking about sequence diagram. That means we will be doing practically how sequence diagram is drawn, right? So we will be talking that in the next class. Everybody understand now what is a use case diagram and how it is drawn? Any doubt? Any doubts anybody has?
No, ma'am.
So we will take a break right now and we will join at 2 p.m. Right? Any doubts anybody has, so he can ask. We will discuss that. Otherwise, we can take a break and then we will join again at 2 p.m. Any doubts anybody has? No?
No, ma'am.
Should we end the class? Everybody has put their attendance, name and enrollment number in the chat box. Because I got logged out of the system, that's why those who have not put at the starting of the session, they can put it right now. Yes. Somebody was asking question. Who was that? Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So everybody has submitted their assignment. Anybody is left? I don't think I don't know whether they will extend the date up to 15th or not. Right now, the notification is not there on the IGNOU's website, but it's okay. So
Ma'am,
everybody has yes.
hello,
Yes.
ma'am. When will be the first first semester result released? Because it shows like incomplete on the grade cards.
If it is showing incomplete, the marks you see in theory paper, if it is 100 marks paper, your marks, minimum marks should be 40. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And assignment also, if your minimum marks should be, I think, 50 or 60, I think, in
Ma'am,
assignments also.
I think like assignments and project. I think assignments are not added yet. That's why it's showing incomplete. I guess.
Have you seen the status of your assignment you had submitted?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
They are submitted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Which center are you from, or regional center?
Ma'am, it's regional center Srinagar, like Kashmir one.
So just ask the regional center Srinagar to about your assignments, whether they have been checked or not,
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
right? Because some regional centers send the assignment somewhere else to check, or so just go through that, because in online mode the classes are conducted by only one center, but your assignment and other things are handled regional center wise. So you check with your regional center, your marks are not updated, right?
Yes,
Until
ma'am.
and unless your assignment marks are not updated, it will show not completed, right? Because the weightage of assignment is 30% and weightage of your term and examination is 70%. Total out of 100, they will give you marks, right? Then only it will get completed.
Ma'am, when we are checking the status, that time we can see the grades and marks, but it is not updated on the grade card yet. But when we are
No, the
checking the
marks
status,
of the
there it is
assignment,
showing
I am
the grade.
saying assignment marks are not shown on the grade card.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also talking about the assignments. When we are going into the assignments where we uploaded it, there it is
That is
showing the
okay.
grades
It
and
is showing the status that you have submitted the assignments, but you have to check with your regional center that your assignments have not been updated yet. Or you can
no,
write
ma'am.
to
It
the
is
IGNOU authorities. If I show you,
ma'am. There it is graded also. I've got the grades also for the assignment, but on the grade card it is not showing.
on the LMS portal, you are seeing your grades.
Yes, ma'am. The assignment grades can be seen on the LMS portal where we
So
submitted it. It is
that's
showing.
what I'm saying. Just write. I'm just showing you something. Just go to the IGNOU website and lodge your grievances. For online OL mode students, there are certain emails which are given. Otherwise, you can go to. I'm just sharing my screen. I don't know the website will open or not. Yeah. So in student services, I'm just seeing there is grievances or student grievances. iGram, student grievances. Go to student grievances and you can select your query, whatever assignments, and your subject, that updation of marks, and you can write your query here, right? Understand?
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
give it here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
If your problems are not solved, you can give it to in the grievances section. So that is
मैम
in
जो
your
मैम
student
जो फर्स्ट
services.
सेमेस्टर
Yes.
का था ना हमारा LMS पे, उस पे असाइनमेंट तो अपडेट कर दिए थे, अब उस पे अब दोबारा आज दिखा रहा है कि ओवरड्यू का दिखा रहा है इस मैसेज।
नहीं, वो एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि आपका जो जितने भी असाइनमेंट्स है ना, अब जैसे जिन्होंने फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में सपोज सबमिट नहीं किए, तो वो जो नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर में उनके लिए लिंक ओपन हो जाता है। आपने सबमिट कर दिया, इट इज ओके, आपके लिए नहीं है वो, लेकिन वो आपको भी दिखाएगा। समझ में आ रहा है? और वो जो दिखा रहा है कि ओवर हो गया है, ड्यू हो गया है, वो इसलिए वो उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है जिन्होंने 30th अप्रैल तक सबमिट नहीं किए थे। समझ गए?
ठीक है। और
आपके लिए नहीं है, वो दिखाएगा आपको। सेकेंड सेमेस्टर में आ गए हो तो जो सेकेंड सेमेस्टर से थर्ड सेमेस्टर में जब जाओगे तो सेकेंड सेमेस्टर में दिखाएगा कि जैसे आप जाओगे थर्ड सेमेस्टर में तो दिसंबर 2026 के असाइनमेंट ड्यू हैं, ऐसे करके दिखाएगा।
तो मैम अभी जो आपने ग्रीवेंसेस दिया ये किस चीज के लिए, ये जो हमको ग्रेड नहीं
नहीं,
दिए
आप
उसके
कोई
लिए?
भी ग्रीवेंस डाल सकते हो, ये तो सिर्फ मैंने एग्जांपल दिया है। वो मुझसे पूछ रहे थे ना, हमारे मार्क्स नहीं लगे हैं असाइनमेंट के, हमारे मतलब मार्क्स LMS पोर्टल पे तो दिखा रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट शोइंग इन ऑन द ग्रेड कार्ड।
मेरे
तो
तो
मैंने
LMS पे
बोला
भी नहीं
आप
दिखा रहा,
ग्रीवेंस में डाल दो उसको।
LMS पे भी नहीं दिखा रहा मैम मेरे तो ग्रेड मार्क्स।
वो तो फिर आप अपने रीजनल सेंटर को लिखो और ग्रीवेंस में भी डाल दो कि मेरे को LMS पे भी नहीं दिखा रहा और मेरे मार्क्स अपडेटेड भी नहीं है। ये इसीलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ, ग्रीवेंस में डाल दो।
असाइनमेंट के लिए ना मैम?
हाँ, असाइनमेंट के लिए,
ठीक है।
राइट। अदरवाइज जब आप MCA OL खोलते हो, क्या कहते हैं, इग्नू में जो कोर्स प्रोग्राम है MCA OL, तो उसमें भी आपको ऑनलाइन मोड के लिए भी एक ईमेल ID COE करके दिया होता है, सेंटर ऑफ एक्सेलेंस और समथिंग, आई डोंट नो, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर। उसमें भी दे सकते हो, ईमेल भी दे सकते हो। And those who can talk or who can talk to their regional centers, if they cannot go, then the grievance one is good. If they can go and talk to their regional center, they are nearby their regional centers, then you can talk to the regional center also ki our marks have not been updated yet, right?
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubt anybody is having? So should we end the class? We'll meet in the next class, that is next Saturday.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. So I'm ending the class. We'll join at 2 p.m. Not next Saturday, 2 p.m. Again, we have class of theory. So we'll be studying about the implementation part and the other diagrams, which are all the diagrams we have done. The other portion, design documentation, and that we have to do. So we'll talk about that in the next class. That is 2 p.m. Right? So we'll join at 2 p.m. now. We'll have break now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.